I don't even know how to start this video because I'm so freaking excited. Like, I can't even begin to tell you how, like, I'm still at a loss for words about what happened yesterday. Like, Martinsville needs to be the cutoff race every single freaking year because it delivered, dude. Because holy shit, the playoffs this year has been insane. Like the surprises and the drama from all the beating and banging, the wrecks, it's wild. Like the first round was just surprising in itself. Like with Blaney and Byron being one of the first ones, like first ones out when I expected them to go maybe into the second round, but they got cut the very first round. But the biggest elimination was Kevin Harvick, of all people. 9 wins on the season, and he got eliminated by just 1 point. Because there was a 3-way tie with just a point, and then him below the cut line. So it was like Hamlin and Keselowski like were basically tied to stay above the cut line. But there was some drama in the JGR camp where Jones, the 20 car, will no longer be in that car next year because they gave him the boot, which I don't know why. He had team orders to not pass Hamlin just so he can be in the playoffs. Like, Hamlin can be in the Final Four and Harvick can stay out of the Final Four, keep Harvick out. There was radio communications of someone telling Jones, like, don't pass Hamlin. Jones, don't pass him. Which is, I think, the dumbest thing he didn't do, because I wanted him to pass him, honestly. Now that I know that's true, that's fucking retarded. I would have just said, Jones, say fuck it and move on. They already kicked you to the curb. What are they gonna do? Refire you? Like re-give you the boot from your ride with 1 race to go? Like, he already has a ride that lined up for next year. Granted, it's not the greatest one, but he's got a ride. But I felt like that was bullshit. But let's talk about who won the race. My boy Chase flat out dominated Martinsville. Like, I had a feeling he would. He brought his A game. His crew had a couple hiccups. Those need to be fixed because we don't need that in the championship race. Like, the stops weren't really like over the world, like end of the world kind of thing. Like, the penalty that we almost got would have like destroyed our chances for Phoenix. I guarantee it. Because people were like, oh, they just made up that rule so Chase cannot get a penalty and he'd stay in this race and win the whole thing. And NASCAR rigged it. I'm like, if they had rigged any race, you'd think Dale Jr. would have a championship by now? Several more wins than he already has? Like, you guys that stupid? Like, if they wanted Chase in the Final Four the last, 4 years, they would have done it. Like, we already know his history with Martinsville and the drama he's had with that. It's like he's finished has run super well there. We all know it's 2017. The fall race was, like, honestly, the shift in Chase Elliott, where he went from, like, this timid driver who's getting walked over by all these veterans and shit like that, and just broke out and started becoming this, like, force to be reckoned with. Since August of 2018, he's won now 10 damn races. And he's not even 25 yet. He turns 25 this month in 26 days. Like, dude. He's 24 years old. Has made the round of 4 straight years. And has now officially locked himself into the Final Four. He's the youngest driver in the Final Four. The other three are the drivers that have kept him from winning races this season and have been our rivals and enemies for several years, especially Logano and Hamlin. Brad's not really an issue, but Logano and Hamlin have been our, like, the thorn in Chase's side, and he's going to go all out. I feel like he's just going to go out and ball in Phoenix. So I want to talk about the almost penalty that we got. Jackman saved our asses. Knew the rule book. Some people apparently don't because they never heard this rule. No crew member has really attempted this rule before or read up on it, I should say. He stepped down the pit box a little too early, realized it, came right back and touched the wall, which they're allowed to do. They can come back and reset before working on the car. As soon as Chase got there, he went around, did the service. That's what caused a slow stop. Originally, he was penalized, but they reviewed it and say, no, that the rule is he can prematurely step on the pit road, but without servicing the car, and then go right back to the wall, reset himself, and as soon as Chase gets there, he can start servicing the car. So people will say NASCAR handed this to him and just made up this rule on the spot, just like how people assume that the 2015 championship was handed to Busch because they just made up the waiver right then and there, like the year he got hurt. No, the waiver has been around for several years. So these are just haters trying to make excuses and whine about something when it comes to Chase or whoever. But I back up Busch's championship. Not his last one, but 2015. I'll defend that one to my grave. All the way to my grave. But regardless of the slow pit stops, I want to address that Chase's pit crew has been top 5 all season long. I'm not saying they're perfect. No team, no crew is perfect on pit road. You can even ask Harvick, Busch, and all of that, because sometimes they have hiccups. Championship drivers, crews have hiccups. It happens. Like Brad Keselowski, he sped off a pit road, but he recovered and finished in the top 5 along with his teammates. Like, hello. So like every week they're like, oh, his crew is screwing up and always giving away races and this and that. I'm like, yeah, that's why he has 4 fucking wins this season. That's why he has 10 wins in his career. Without his crew, he wouldn't have won that damn race yesterday. I dare fucking tell it. He's thankful that he had a fast enough car to get through traffic, and when he was restarting 10th with like 90 something laps to go, just be thankful he had a fast car and his crew to back him up. A couple bad stops here and there is not a bad thing. It's not going to kill us. It's not the end of the world. Okay? So even on like a good day, they're like, they've been screwing up all year. I'm like, they have not. Look at the stats. They're top 5 all season. Harvick has always been at the top, but Chase is right there in the top 5 when it comes to pit crews. So, and plus read the rule book about the so-called penalty that Chase should have gotten. But anyway, Chase's record at Martinsville has been wild. He led 236 laps, the most laps he's led at any track or during any race. So, and career win number 10. That is wild to me. I remember standing like literally right here in front of my TV, not the specific TV, but my TV, just pacing back and forth. 2 years ago. It happened like over 2 years ago. Him winning his first fucking race in the Cup Series at Watkins Glen. And now it's like 10 races, like 9 races later. He, he just shows that he can win on any style of track. He's won on a lot of road courses. He's made that evident. Now his first short track win of his career, which is wild to me. He's won at Dover. He's won at Talladega. So Kansas, Charlotte. He's just showing he is versatile. He's not just good at road courses. He's good on intermediate tracks. He's good on super speedways. Even short tracks. He's great at Dover. Great at Bristol. Hence why he has the All-Star win. This has been a good year for Chase, I feel. Because he started out with that truck victory. Well, no, he won. He won the Charlotte race. And he won the truck race. Won the All-Star race. Won the Roval. Won Daytona. The Roval, like not the Roval, like the road course at Daytona. And now Martinsville. Like he got a Martinsville clock when he won in the truck series a few years back. I have that diecast. It's like right there. It's signed. I got personally signed. But I feel this one's just in the Cup Series is so much more important because one, his father never won at Martinsville. Never. So this is like a big thing for the Elliott family and the whole Hendrick organization because that's like the 25th win at that track, I believe. And Chase actually just surpassed Dale Earnhardt's wins at HMS by 1. So, because Junior only won 9 times with HMS, and now Chase has 10, so he has a little leverage over Junior on that aspect. But the elimination, I feel for Harvick, dude. That was heartbreaking. But the last lap, like at the very end, he was going under Busch and he just spun Busch out. Just for 1 point. That's all he needed was 1 point because the tiebreaker, he would have won it because he was better than like Brad Keselowski on all levels. Because his average finish was 7 something. So it's wild to me that he was flat out eliminated by 1 point. Him and Hamlin had the most dominating season, and it came down to both of them just by a mere damn point between the both of them. It's just wild to me. So we have 2 Penske drivers and Hamlin going against Chase. All drivers that I despise and probably Chase despises. But it's and plus originally I was going to the race, then they emailed me I couldn't go because of the whole COVID virus shit going on, and right after the race ended, someone messaged me on Twitter, a fellow NASCAR friend, reached out, said she had an extra ticket for the Cup Championship race this coming weekend, and see if I wanted to go. And I'm like, you have no idea how much that means to me. Because one, it's Jimmy Johnson's final race as a full-time driver with Hendrick in the 48 car. And what I just saw on Twitter and Instagram, that all of Hendrick are running the yellow numbers on their cars in honor of Jimmy and his final race. And I feel like it's fitting that Chase made the Final Four during Jimmy's final season. This makes me think about Jeff Gordon when he won at Martinsville, made the Final Four for the last time, and Chase coming in to take over that 24. It just feels like it just came full fucking circle. I'm so emotional. And I get to watch Chase. I get to watch Chase fight for a championship at a track I know he's good at. He's like been snake bitten a little bit there, but I know he runs well there. He's fast. Every car in that Final Four can win. People say Brad's an underdog because he's not all that great at Phoenix, but anything can happen. Logano's good there. Like Logano and Hamlin have won there numerous times. Chase has come so close to winning there. Back in 2017, 2018, 2017 he almost won that race in the fall. But Kenseth took that win, which was very sad. But either way, this is Chase's first time in the Final Four, and he's only realized he's only a fifth-year Cup driver. Fifth year. People are like, oh, he's just gonna choke and choke. Like, people were predicting that he was not gonna make the Final Four. Like on Twitter, like there was like a thread saying, oh, he's not gonna make it. It's just gonna be another trend. He comes up short, chokes it away, and blah 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 blah. Well, I retweeted. I'm like, this all didn't age well, did it? Because Chase flat out dominated Martinsville like I had a feeling he would. The whole team brought their A game. I immediately pre-ordered his win diecast, shirt, hat, pretty much everything. Because this is huge. Absolutely huge. I'm just so proud of my driver and seeing the journey he's been on since his rookie year to the mature driver he is now. And he's basically, this is like a passing of a torch from Jimmy being in his prime to now seeing Chase in the prime of his career, and being like, I feel like now the firm leader and like head driver at Hendrick, because one, he's been in the playoffs more times than any other driver, not ever, but more times than Bowman and Byron, and we haven't had a Chevy in the Final Four since Jimmy Johnson won the championship 4 years ago in 2016. So it's always been either a Ford or a Toyota. So it's just so nice and refreshing to see a Chevy back in the Final Four, and especially a good one and a young one. It's like with Jimmy Johnson's last race, I feel like this is just a passing of the torch in a Hendrick. So Xfinity, Noah obviously didn't make the Final Four, but he had a heck of a run. He had like pretty much like the best like average finish out of pretty much everyone in the playoffs. Based on just except for that one bad finish, but that's not his fault. That was Cindric's fault and Chastain. Chastain also got eliminated. So we had Briscoe, Cindric, Allgaier, and frickin' Haley in the Final Four for the Xfinity Series. In the Truck Series, the only driver that matters to me is Zane Smith. A rookie made the Final Four in the Truck Series. I'm so freaking proud of that kid. I can't wait for Friday. This whole weekend is going to be wild. I'm so freaking excited about this dude. Like, I can't contain my excitement. When I got Chase's one shirt from the Roval. There was another one I had. I don't know where it went, but anyway, I have another one, but I just can't contain my excitement. It's like, I won't get into the controversy of like the Chase format, like the playoff format, and how people are like weighing like with Harvick's history, like the whole season, he should have been automatically into the Final Four because of all his wins this season. I'm like, that's saying like the Patriots, like they dominate all season. They're like, oh, they should automatically win the Super Bowl just based on the record alone and being undefeated and blah blah blah. No, It doesn't work like that. I love this format because it brings the drama. It just brings the, like, each round is like 3 mini seasons, and if you don't perform, you're done. Um, which I personally enjoy. Like, Harvick even admitted, like, in his like post race interviews, like, we had like kind of like struggled and like underperformed the last few weeks, and it's like he had all these points build up, but they slowly fade away after each round because Logano won one of the races in the round of 8, which was not what I wanted, but it is what it is. No one had Logano pegged for the final 4, but here we are. So, but as I'm saying, like, yes, he had a dominant season. He won 9 races, 9 damn races. Best season I feel like he's ever had. I personally am not a fan of his, but I do firmly believe, yeah, he could have made the final 4, but he underperformed at Martinsville. Like, had a feeling he would. Like, he put himself like back in the pack early in the race, like a lap or 2 down. He eventually got back on the lead lap, I think. But yeah, he eventually got back on the lead lap, but things just didn't work out. And with Chase winning, it just shook the whole playoff form, like, grid up, because Mark Truex was in a must-win, Chase was in a must-win, Bowman and Kurt were all in the must-win. So, and all those drivers were up front at some point in that race. Bowman was hovering in the top 10, top 5, pretty much the whole race, but no one was really talking about him because it's like one of those drivers like, oh, he's just there. So, but he was consistent. He got a good finish, top 10, which is awesome. Byron had wrecked out because of a brake issue and tire issue. Eventually, we came out saying it was a brake issue. He just went straight to the floor, and he just like lost control of his car and just went into the wall. So it's just, with this format, nothing is guaranteed. People said, oh, Harvick's guaranteed a spot in the final 4, so we don't have to worry. But after every round, it's like that margin of points just diminish if things don't go your way, if you just underperform, or you just don't get the stage points that you need, or whatever, because playoff points are freaking crucial. Because Chase, even if he had won that stage, he still wouldn't have made it into the final 4, because that's just not enough. Because he was like 25 points below the cut line going into Martinsville, along with Bowman. So he's basically win or go home, basically. And finally, his luck changed, because last year, the round of 8 was a disaster for him. Like, every race, it was just something went wrong. So I'm just truly thankful. Like, I was literally on the verge of tears. Like, I was bawling my eyes out when he crossed the finish line, and he started basically almost crying, like, before his interview. I was like, this is just wild. Oh. I'm just still at a loss for words. Every time I look back in the recap and the replays, I'm just like, that just happened. He finally won at Martinsville. He has 2 grandfather clocks, one for the truck and in the Cup Series. He did something his father has never done, is win at Martinsville. And he's led so many laps this season, it's insane. He's just statistically having, I think, one of his best seasons to date. Because he got now 4 wins on the season, which the last 2 seasons he's only gotten 3 apiece, which is fine. But getting 4, that's a career high for a season for him. Still, wild, 10 wins, double digits in wins before he's 25. Like, he could have 20 wins by the time he's 30. Like, think about that. Probably even before he's 30. That's crazy. That is crazy to me. If he stays on track to like 4 or 5 wins a season, he could easily be like in the 30s in career wins by the time he's 30. I'm just saying. But I'm super excited this weekend. I get to, I gotta get my scanner prepped and ready. I'm gonna enjoy this weekend. I'm just so, I just can't believe the amount of like love I've been shown through this one side of the NASCAR community, because the other side's a little toxic, but there are good people within the NASCAR community, and I experienced that with getting that message about getting to go to this championship race. Like, I just sat on my bed like crying because people don't understand how much I love this sport. I love my drivers, and seeing another driver of mine that I've grown up watching, because I watched Jeff Gordon my entire childhood. And when he retired in 2015, I lost it. And then Tony Stewart, and he retired after the 2016 season. And then Dale Jr. I wasn't like a huge fan of his, but that was a little gut wrenching too, because he was the most popular driver of the sport for nearly 2 decades. Like, it's crazy. Like 16 times straight, like 15, 16 times as most popular driver. Just and now seeing Jimmy retire is gonna hurt the most. Because one, he's from like my neck of the woods out in San Diego. Well, I'm not like from Oklahoma, but he's from San Diego. So he's kind of like a sentimental favorite to me, and I started watching him right when he started. And it's wild to me. It's been 19 years. 19 years. I was 10 years old. 10 years old when he started his Cup career, and I'm 29. Think about that. That's just wild to me. But this weekend's gonna be wild. I can't wait. Guys, I'll post everything from my weekend, because it's just, I'm still at a loss for words that Chase won at Martinsville. He's in the Final Four. Like, the last 20 laps, I was literally pacing my living room, and I started crying when he crossed that start-finish line. I was like, thank you, God. I was like, please no caution, please no caution. My dad's like, oh, there's always going to be a caution when under, like, these final laps, and da-da-da. There's too much on the line. And I'm like, don't say that to me. So I was just, like, so thankful that the last, like, 25 laps he led, no caution came out. I was like, thank you, sweet mother of God. But I hope everyone else is having a good day, good week. And if you're a Chase Elliott fan, we did it. We made the Final Four, going to Phoenix, and a shot at a first ever championship for Chase in the Cup Series. And we should just enjoy Jimmy's final Cup race, possibly ever, but we'll see. But it's going to be an emotional day for me, because these are my drivers. These are my drivers. Oh, I want to talk about one specific thing that really pisses me off. Like, not talking about the championship or anything like that. I had a fan account on Instagram. I had 10.6 thousand followers on that account. One day I come home, log on, and my account has been disabled for 30 freaking days, because apparently I violated their guidelines or rules or whatever bullshit they think I broke. I'm like, dude, anything I post that's NASCAR related, if it got disabled, it's become a salty Larson fan came after me, or a group of Larson fans came after me and reported my account. That's the only way it would have been disabled. So I have to wait like a month or so to get my account back, or hopefully I do. But that was just absolutely obnoxious because I share my opinion and I'm very blunt about what I speak about. Like, if people don't like it, they don't have to like it. They don't have to follow me. There's no reason to be petty enough to disable my account and all the work I put into that account. I spent several years, like from, I think it was like 2017 or 2018, I started that account and I busted I didn't know it was going to get up to the amount of followers that I had now. But now that it's all gone, that breaks my heart that people are that fucking petty to make themselves feel better because they can't accept my opinion about their precious racial slur driver. That's now part of Hendrick, which I'm still pissed off about. But I hope you guys are happy. Whoever did that shit to me, it's not cool. I did nothing to you. If you don't like my opinion, that's fine. You don't have to. Granted, because it's my freaking opinion. Don't like it, don't follow me. And just scroll on past. I don't ask you or force you to follow me or read my shit. If I don't like something, I scroll past it and move on. I don't comment on it. Especially with Twitter. I get attacked on Twitter the most because I don't follow the leader. So I just feel like it's bullshit that I lost my account for no fucking reason. And I had to start a new one, start from scratch. So, take that, haters. I hope you're happy. But I will come back stronger. I will get all my followers back. Because unlike you, I'm not petty and I'm not a little bitch. That's a little harsh. But I'm just not petty enough to go and report someone's Instagram for no damn reason because I don't like their opinion. Now, if it was something like extreme, then yeah, you'd have a reason to, but there was no reason to disable my account or suspend it or whatever you want to fucking call it. People aren't so easily fucking offended with their little sensitive feelings these days. And I feel like a lot of these are mostly teenage fans of Larson's. Or people much younger than me, I should say. But I hope you guys are happy you got what you wanted. You got me off of Instagram, but you can't get rid of me. Like that TikTok thing, you can't get rid of me, bitch. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not. I'm gonna rebuild my fan account, and it's gonna be better than the original one that you took away from me and worked my ass off for. And people who supported me in my original group and account, they're coming back and following me right now. So, hope you're happy. Guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you